What does Bryce Underwood think of the hire of Kyle Whittingham? And I really think, oh man, this is going to be so good for Michigan. What's up, kid folk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us. We talk college football year round here. If you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. Just how good do you think the hire of Kyle Whittingham to be head coach at Michigan is for five-star and star player quarterback Bryce Underwood and the Wolverines? Because I think this is a fantastic thing for him. I don't know that he knows exactly how good this is yet, but I think he's going to find out quick, fast, and in a hurry. Now, they had the Cheez-It Bowl to play against Texas, and I think after this hire got done, Michigan players might have shown back up, might not have. Maybe they were recruited by Kyle Whittingham. Maybe they weren't. Maybe they are already getting indications that they're Whittingham kind of guys. But I wrote about what should happen next after Kyle Whittingham was hired in Michigan yesterday. And on the action item list is retain Bryce Underwood at number one. I realize he's already retained. He's got the agreement that's multi-year. And he was not looking at the portal, but also giving him reason not to want to make this messy is good. And Kyle Whittingham really does give you reason to stay. Given what Whittingham allowed to happen at Utah last year, a thing that I didn't think he was capable of, he handed the offense over to a modern passing attack, explosive run game kind of coordinator and a quarterback that might have reminded some people of Cam Rising, but is way more athletic and I think got a much more explosive arm. Devin Dampier was just that good. He was damn near 3,000 yards total offense. When he was healthy, he was great. They rushed for over 269 yards per game, I think right at 270. They put up 478 yards of offense game. They put up 41 points per game. They were second best scoring offense and second best in total offense in the Big 12 last year. Texas Tech, number 4 team in the country, was number 1. So Whittingham already hires a guy in Jason Beck that knows exactly how to use the skill set of Bryce Underwood, who has really great arm talent, but was doing most of his damage when he was great on the ground. And so does Michigan, right? I think they're going to develop him into a much more balanced passer, but it would not shock me to find out that next year he is a 2,800, 600 kind of guy, right? Meaning 2,800 passing yards, 600 yards on the ground, and maybe 30, 35 total TDs. Get those interceptions down, help him see the coverages a little bit cleaner, process faster. He's going to be that much better. Also helps you retain guys like Jordan Marshall and Andrew Sprague. Andrew Sprague, who I think should benefit the most out of all of this. Spencer Fano won the Outland Award last year. That is given to the nation's top interior lineman on either side of the ball. Played offensive tackle at Utah. And going into the 2025 season at Big 12 Media Day, Whittingham said, hey, look, I think this is the best offensive line that I've ever had. And I've been at Utah forever. Turns out 21 years, right? And he did not want to leave it after having such a bad season in 2024. They won 10 games last year. Their only losses were to BYU and Texas Tech. These are things you know, I'm sure. But these are all things that I hope someone is pouring into Bryce Underwood, who was asked about how he felt about, the hire. And he said, look, I'm excited to meet him. Seems like kind of guy I would like, and I would like to find out what kind of a person he is. He's seen his resume. He understands. But remember, Whittingham is also a guy that goes to the Sugar Bowl and beats Alabama and Nick Saban, goes to the Rose Bowl and beats gets close, I should say, to beating James Franklin and Penn State. If Cam Rising doesn't go down in that game, they probably win it going away. He knows how to coach in the big moments. He knows how to coach in the big stages. And I got to talk to one SEC assistant coach briefly about this hire on Friday, and he said, somebody better tell Ryan Day there's a real ball coach in Ann Arbor now. And I'm like, yo, hey, Sharon Moore went 9-3 before it all went batty. But some of us just don't like our coffee black. We like the strong words. We like to tell everybody what it is that they should be doing, and we like to opine and talk about our culture and how hard and cool it is until such time as it's time for us to walk, talk to talk. Doing the right thing is not always the easiest things. Matter of fact, it's really friggin' hard. That's why we always preach it. Kyle Whittingham has been doing the right thing for a very long time, and he has built his teams from the inside out. They are dominant in the trenches, offensive line and defensive line. They are scary in the secondary, but they are lethal in the run game. And with a guy like Bryce Underwood, you have all the indications of getting back on the good foot quick, fast, and in a hurry if you are Michigan. Now, that said, there's some work to do. Like hiring Jason Beck is one thing. I think he's trying to go get Jay Hill at BYU as his defensive coordinator. And then we'll see what the general manager thinks. But I also think that it's important to point out here that Kyle Whittingham stepped down after a 10-win season and a berth in the Vegas Bowl. And some had asked me if the timing had anything to do with Sharon Moore getting fired. And I said, I think it's coincidental because what I have from the source that I trust is the private equity that Utah's taking on had more to do with it than anything else. And I could see how that would make some people feel very uncomfortable because the one thing that private equity doesn't do is come in and let you do your own thing. Usually it's like new bosses and new managers. They want to put in their own system and they want you to do it their way. And usually their way is pointed toward cost cutting. It's pointed toward this is more efficient. It's pointed toward this is the way to do it because this is going to save us all this extra money, all this extra time. Some of that is called tradition. Some of that is called pageantry. Some of that is called get out of my kitchen. I am the chef here and the food tastes great. And they're going, we would like to keep the food tasting great, but we would also like to bring down the cost of making the food. And that's just not what college football has been doing for 155 plus years, guys. That's just not how we get down over here. So that's one thing. And that's going to be across the board at Utah. That's not just the football program, but the football program, the old school way of saying it is the front porch of your university, which, makes your university kind of feel like a house. And I'll never feel like a university is like a house. I feel like the university is like a citadel where all they do is charge you extreme taxes in the form of tuition just to live there, go to school there. It's garbage. I think the football program is that big shiny army that protects your house or protects your facilities, your citadel. I like to think of most universities the way we think of Greek city-states. You know what I'm saying? That's Troy over there. That's Sparta over there. You show up over there, you know what time it is. You want to join the Spartans because you know how they get down with the football team. They don't make a habit of losing. And when they do, it's 1 million people versus their 300 and they taking heads on the way out and they making the God King bleed. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, over there at Troy, they was like, come bring your myrmidons on. We got time for this. We got time for this. Look at these walls. You see these walls? You see my man's Hector over here? Yeah, I don't give a good damn about your woman Helen over here. I'm coming to get mine. You know what I'm saying? I got Achilles back here. We about to get on with the come on. That's how I feel about, most football teams and universities. And if y'all haven't read the Odyssey or the Iliad, it's great because Christopher Nolan has made y'all another Odyssey movie that I hope is good. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. But if I don't get to see Charlize Theron as Cersei smacked her out of Matt Damon, I'm going to be so mad. Sidetrack here because your man's PhD English, Canada or whatnot. But the classics is where I live. I'm classically trained. The idea that Odysseus washed up on Circe's bewitching island, a fine witch with no children, ain't no bonus daddies, ain't no bonus babies for you to take care of. It's just you and your woman on an island. You hear what I'm saying? It's you and your woman on an island. All right? And all y'all got to do is eat and do that thing. You know that thing that you like. Whatever that thing that you like, that you think that you like right here in your head right now, that's the thing I'm talking about. She got the food. She got meats over there. Gonna eat this swine. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go fishing. You on an island with one of the finest women. One of the finest women on the face of the earth. And you dumb behind gonna talk about, hey, look, it's been 20 years. I would like to go home to see, Penelope. And I got this little boy named Telemachus that I left as a baby who's a grown-ass man now that I probably need to check on. And she was like, hold up, time out. Wait a minute. What we been doing? Why you want to go back to her? You know I'm finer. I made this. You know what? Fine, leave. Go on in. Get on with you. Don't nobody need you. I'm looking at this dude like, Odysseus is Athena's favorite, and I like to think that I'm Athena's favorite because that fool dead. But she likes him because the dude like to play tricks. He can outsmart people. You know what I'm saying? He diabolical, as y'all might say. He always got a Trojan horse for this or that. But I have never seen a man make more of a mess that he didn't make to make because he wants to make it hard. Hey, dog, we playing on amateur right now. Why you got to put it on Heisman mode? You done won. Good Lord. Anyway, Bryce Underwood, it's going to be good for you. It's working out.